first school museum of combat glory was created in 1975. It's devoted to one of the most tragic and glorious pages of Russian history, the period of the Second World War. In Russia, we call this war the Great Patriotic War. For nearly 4 years, from 1941 to 1945, the Russian-German front was the main front of the Second World War. The Russians sacrificed 26 million of their sons and daughters to humanity's victory over fascism. A great number of homes and farms were burned down. A third of the nation's territory was turned to a wasteland by the Nazi troops. The war ended with the victorious military parade of the Russian army in Moscow, but the road to victory was extremely arduous. The noble mission of our museum is to keep the memory of hero soldiers who fell in the battles of the Great Patriotic War. In 1975, the students of this school decided to trace the heroic war path of only one engineering brigade, sappers, and then some years later they erected a monument in honor of those courageous soldiers in our schoolyard. Thus, the young generation expresses gratitude for the contribution to great victory over fascism.
Many years have passed since the time when the students started their search. They collected factual material, kept up a correspondence with war veterans, and recorded their memoirs. Several groups of students went to the former battlefields and carried out some excavations there. They found most valuable relics, which are displayed in this hall. Wartime helmets and bullets, a bayonet, a can damaged by bullets, a mine detector, many wartime maps, and other documents. There are some personal things which belong to the soldiers. They were all presented to our museum by veterans. You also see some wartime decorations and medals. There is a composition of separate stands on the walls, each of them informs of the major battles fought by the Russian army. This one is devoted to the defense of Moscow in the autumn of 1941. The Nazi troops who rushed into the capital of our country to capture it. Hundreds of thousands of Muscovites volunteered for the front. This impressive wartime poster portrays the image of our motherland, appealing to her sons to stand up and fight the enemy. It was at Moscow that the Nazi Germany suffered its first major defeat in the Second World War.
Other stands tell us about the contribution of sappers to major battles fought by the Russian army on the Volga, at Kursk and Berlin. The central exhibit of the museum is this diorama, which shows how the sappers were constructing bridges across rivers in the heat of battle to enable other troops to start an offensive. The display and this model of the bridge were made by the students in the school workshop. If you look attentively at the painting, you'll surely feel the tense atmosphere of this fighting. The Nazi planes are attacking the sappers from above. We can see the fire of a distant battle over there. Under these terrible conditions, in the face of death, the sappers are doing their routine work. An axe, a spade, and a handsaw. These were their tools. People displayed great courage and willingness to defend our native land from the very beginning to the last day of the Second World War. No wonder that the title of Hero of Russia was awarded to 11,000 citizens, people from all parts of our large country, people of different nationalities and occupations. Millions of people perished in the war, and we see it as our mission of great importance to keep the memory of the patriots, all those who sacrificed their lives for the sake of our homeland.